Ladies and gentlemen, whatever happened to the American dream? Stay tuned and find out. Hello and welcome to Capes and Lunatic Sidekicks, Who Podcast the Watchmen, episode 5. Yeah, 5.
We do.
I am Phil, and joining me is Super Dad himself.
It's me, Tyler.
All right, everyone.
Broadcast and Solo and Sayla. Broadcasting with the kids in the new fortress. So yeah.
All right. Yeah, and we're here tonight to talk Minutemen, Before Watchmen, Minutemen number 5, but we don't have any Watchmen news, do we?
No, I think we'll probably get slammed with some.
Oh yeah.
Come around, like when they have everything ready to go.
The only thing I can think of is this upcoming Wednesday, the next episode, the next issue of Doomsday Clock comes out.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think you're right.
On what, like every 2 months now?
Well, I'd rather have it every 2 months on a schedule than it be like a month, then nothing for 2 months.
Or 6 months, yeah.
You know, like I remember when one of the ones that got me more recently was when they did Scott Snyder did Superman Unchained.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was supposed to be a 6 issue, ended up being 7 issues, but it was like I think the first 3 maybe were in order, and then it got so spread out that by the time the series ended, I had already moved back from North Carolina.
No.
Like it was over a year to get that series out. So
It's almost as bad as Kevin Smith.
let's not even talk about that. But by the time he gets his Widening Gyre Part 3 story, the continuity will be back in play, and won't even make sense anymore.
Dude, he was supposed to have like a Daredevil miniseries. 1 issue came out. That was it.
I don't understand that, because I guess as a writer, if I was going to do a weekly series, I'd have at least 4 to 6 scripts done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, before I said, hey, let's kick off my book, you know, but all right, but let's start this Watchmen.
I was gonna say, we're not here to rip on Kevin Smith. All right. Yeah, Before Watchmen, issue 5, Minutemen, issue 5.
Chapter 5.
That's right. So it starts off, in the 40s?
We start off with a very cool, like, hey, what'd I tell you about those figures? We don't mess with those.
Those are Daddy's figures.
Yeah, just wait. I gotta find a shelf for Daddy's figures. We start with this really cool spiral that shows Hooded Justice, Night Owl, and Captain Metropolis running, and it's like spinning into the image of the clock.
Mm-hmm.
Tickling
the dragon's tail.
And then back to 1962, which is our current time.
Yeah.
It's Hollis is still discussing the book, and this time he's with Sally, and her daughter Lori.
A young Lori, yes.
So I like it. I think it's neat. You know, and
basically Sally's upset, and
you know, I love the line right here by Lori is just, don't blame yourself, Uncle Hollis, you know, and
mm-hmm.
I just think, I don't know. I think throughout everything, I think Hollis is the closest to being the real good guy of all the stories. Like your classic stereotypical hero, good character.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else, I think, represents a breaking of that paradigm of the superhero. Mm-hmm. and what, like, you have your superhero, your anti-hero, and everything, and then everything in between.
Yeah, and he even thinks to himself, I realize all of a sudden this wouldn't be happening if I had just been smart enough to quit when Sally did.
And then we're left with that, and it cuts to the chapter 5, 1947, and we see the death of Dollar Bill. which his cape stuck in the revolving door, which is a great image in the film.
Mm-hmm.
Money and then the next page cuts to, I think, in these 9 panels right here, we get a lot of story. I mean, we start off with the top 3 is Hollis and Byron continuing to listen to the tapes.
Yep, look for clues.
Silhouette for clues. The middle 3 is Sally's wedding and wedding day, wedding ceremony. And then the bottom 3 is her wedding day ceremony as she's cheating on her new husband with Eddie.
In the bathroom. Yeah. At the reception, it looks like, yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know, like, I don't want to, like, spoil anything. Like, we're doing this in order, but it kind of makes you wonder a little bit more about certain events that come into play later.
Mm-hmm.
With certain characters, I guess you can say. So,
yes.
But I mean, that's harsh. I mean, I understand. Hey, Solomon, stay down here and play with your toys. No, you can go upstairs with Daddy and Sissy when I'm done talking with Uncle Phil here. I'm such a horrible parent. I'm making sure my kid don't fall down the stairs.
Mm-hmm. I know. But Dad, I won't get hurt. Trust me. I know.
Hey, Daddy will let you play with the figures you're not supposed to play with. You want to play with these figures?
Ladies and gentlemen, an important weapon in any parent's arsenal, bribery.
Yeah. You can play with these figures right here. Okay? You can play with those figures if you stay down here. They're just my pop vinyls.
Wow.
I just have them like with all my collectible stuff.
They're harder to break, yes.
Yeah, so he likes them.
Mm-hmm.
So okay. And Flash.
Mm-hmm. So with the death of Dollar Bill, they say there's only 4, the 4 of them left, and
Steve Trevor. Yeah, and we get this really cool, the side-by-side shot
of the 4 remaining guys, yeah.
And it is Aquaman. See, I'll just do a podcast with Solomon.
I'll just do
a podcast. I'll just take him around the room and let him explain everything.
Do
it. But this, we have that shot, but then it continues the mystery of the information.
Yeah, Hollis and Byron are still working the case, chasing down the kids. Then he says once or twice a year, another kid would turn up dead and my guilt would deepen. This thing needed Sherlock Holmes and Watson, not a drunk and a beat cop with this.
He puts himself down a lot.
Well, I mean, yeah.
No, I thought this was interesting on the next page where we get introduced to Blue Coat and Scout.
Yes. Who I guess are fictional characters in this universe.
Why would you have fictional characters when you have real characters?
Well, I mean, they try to be, realistic. You're gonna have some kind of fictional characters, but they just showed up at the what is that, the tower of the lighthouse or whatever. They're like, yeah, everyone knew Blue Coat and Scout. They're America's favorite heroes. Problem was they were comic book characters. They weren't real people.
I thought it was kind of neat though. I mean, because you have Blue Coat and Scout, and then you see them talking about things, and they're talking about they have to stop this beryllium spear, and there's a bomb.
Mm-hmm. A 16-pound ball of enriched uranium was stolen from Los Alamos, and then tonight he says 12 Japanese nationalists plan to use that uranium to contaminate your city.
So they're mounting this attack. At 10 o'clock, they're going to cut into all major frequencies to announce their demands.
Mm-hmm.
20 minutes, we can't afford to wait 20 minutes. And then we get the last panel of the 9 grid, which, the 9 grid's pretty
But a clock again.
specific to the Watchmen universe. And it's a clock. Yeah. And my wife's home.
Mm-hmm.
So the next one we see, hey, you can play, but you don't have to terrorize. They're getting in, they're sneaking in, and this is what Solomon thinks about Jughead.
Ooh.
So if Lilith is watching, I'm sorry, Solomon just broke my Jughead.
Jughead has no head.
Yeah, my new no head bobblehead of Jughead.
Those go back together though.
The super glue. Feels like that part from Dumb and Dumber. Our heads are falling off. But back to the Watchmen. Sorry, people.
So basically, the Minutemen come up with a plan with these 2 fictional characters.
It's just kind of odd. It'd be like if Zorro showed up at my house. Like,
Exactly.
I'm actual Zorro, and you're just like, oh.
But yeah, they figure out the target is the Statue of Liberty, Liberty Island.
Mommy's here.
Come on down, Jude. Join the party. And yeah, so they're all going. They have their plan. There's fireworks that are going off at the statue. And we get the invasion, like them on the island.
So yeah, Mothman drops the fireworks and stuff as a decoy. Yeah, everyone else hits the island.
And then we have we finally get a panel of the people actually with the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
And we see, I thought this was interesting. The last panel of this page, we see, well, I guess we see a panel before, but we see Night Owl use a gun. Had we seen him use a gun up until this point?
Trying to remember if might be a rare. If it happened, it might happen once or twice. But yeah, no, usually I don't think so.
See, that's what I was thinking. Like, I don't remember seeing that till just now.
But I guess he is a cop. He is a cop, and they figured they're going to be facing down a bunch of Japanese soldiers with guns. So,
well, it completely makes sense for Night Owl to have it.
Mm-hmm.
But the killer about this is when we turn the page, and we see that Blue Coat is down.
Yep, gets shot.
And then we see the second panel is Scout's face, and he says, "Father."
Mm-hmm.
And then he says it again, says, "I'll kill you, old man." Oh,
yeah, he runs after the killer, or wait, I think Night Owl kills the guy who shot Blue Coat, but then Scout runs up steps, says, "I'll kill you, old man."
Right as they're starting to open the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Mothman's kind of just watching.
And he kind of takes a bullet in the shoulder, it looks like.
And this is the one that gets me is we have Scout saying, "Face me, old man."
Mm-hmm.
And then
Night Owl shoots him in the head, yeah.
Yeah, Night Owl shoots him straight in the head and kills him. And the bomb is opening, and Scout stops it.
And he said it took the kid 6 seconds to pull the lid off that thing. He'd be dead in as many days.
And he takes the mask off, and it's a big reveal that it's actually a Japanese kid. And you have the bottom 6 panels of the grid is Night Owl holding Scout at the Statue of Liberty, which is a big deal if you think about just the significance. And the next page, I think this is very interesting duality in the spread of pages. I don't know how it's laid out in yours. Is it laid it's laid out like this in the graphic? I don't know if it's like that in your comic.
No, I got the.
Okay, so you got it the reverse. But it shows, it's Hollis with Scout at his bed, and it shows him holding his hand, and then the next page it shows him holding his hand. But as the radiation is destroying him, and then the radiation's destroying him, then he's gone. And then the clock.
But I just love back like the page before. I love like those last 6 panels, like the Statue of Liberty, him just holding Scout.
Yes. I just love this. Like I said, this spread of one panel's like a child's death, and then it jumps to 1949, and it's him recalling the birth of Lori.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and in the last panel is Lori being born. When over here, the last panel was signifying the death of Scout. And then we're in 1952. And this is the big end of the Minutemen before Congress having to talk about who they are.
Oh, yeah, they had to unmask and reveal themselves. Kind of like similar to what the Justice Society did.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of just like gave it up instead of unmasking.
And I thought that was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Byron signs, and they're all kind of like, in a sense, they're at the last stage of just giving it all up.
Mm-hmm.
And then we jump to 1955.
Yeah. The Hollis is still trying to figure out the mystery. He puts it together with the circus.
And my daughter's just walking around in the background, you know, actually really walking.
Mm-hmm.
For my 11-month-old, finally.
Nice. There you go. We'll get her to walk. Just don't look at her.
I know. Just give her a Wonder Woman pop vinyl. And
It'll be on YouTube. You can watch it later. Hello.
But yeah, he goes back. Hollis is back at the circus.
I was gonna say that's not your daughter. That's your wife. Just because you have a young wife, that's not your daughter.
And there goes my actual daughter. When you're a parent and she's walking. Sayla.
That's what happens sometimes when you learn to walk.
See, that just explains what happens when you turn your children free and they learn how to walk.
Born free. But
under the big top circus.
Yeah. Hollis kind of starts to put it together. He sees who he thinks is Hooded Justice. We'll get there next issue.
He gets in a fight with Hooded Justice as he investigates.
Oh yeah, he comes in and gets pummeled by who he believes is Hooded Justice. Again, more next issue.
And he talks about hearing the music. Then we get this random panel of this dude, ugly fat dude wearing fake boob looking things.
Yep.
And you know, the last page of this is basically Hollis waking up bloody and everything, and he sees the boy on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, like when I was reading this last time, I got there because we were supposed to read these like at a time.
Yeah.
And I couldn't stop. Like I had to keep. Yeah. Like it like each issue is so good, but like right there it gets so good.
Oh yeah.
The war of the pop vinyl ranges.
But yeah, that was issue 5. So next episode, the conclusion of Minutemen.
Before we go on to the next round.
Yeah, what did we say next? Silk Spectre? Is that what she said?
Yeah, because I still got the book and she in that. So
yeah, if everyone wants to get ahead, yeah, next week last issue of Minutemen, and then after that, Silk Spectre. So start reading. Send us feedback. keepsandlunatics@gmail.com or the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-capes.
Or 614 Phil's awesome.
Huh?
I don't know if that be. Don't dial that. You might get some random mean person.
No.
Not associated with Phil or Capes and Lunatics.
So anything else for Watchmen or Minutemen?
Nope. That's it for now.
But
maybe we'll have something else.
And if you want to read, if you want to read along as you listen to this episode, remember, Minutemen issue 5 sucks up Vector's butt. So
Yeah, the famous turn and look.
Poor females in comics.
I know.
All right. Well, Tyler, where can people find you and your family online?
You can always hear the good man Solomon and Selah in the background of the Krypton Report podcast that I work on. And Jania is one of my co-hosts on there. You'll hear her as we review all things Kryptonian. And find me at Krypton Report anything online and at JTY Patrick on social media.
Yeah, Jania's great. She does a mean James Cole impression sometimes too.
Yeah. Jania will be back because we'll be talking more TV stuff here soon.
Nice. And so if you're listening to this on the podcast, of course, you know about the Capes and Lunatic Sidekicks, our second podcast. Look, we also have Wade's World, Newcastle Crew, and the new Quantum Zone, the Quasar podcast with me and newcomers Will and Matt. So check that out too.
Yeah, I'm excited to check that one out.
Episode 1 just dropped. Yeah, if you're a big Marvel fan, we got into some old creators and storylines and what mostly Quasar issue number 1. So yeah, everyone check that out. All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
All right,
You're a kid.
Tyler, take us out.
You're looking at it. It came true. Want to say bye to Phil?
Say bye, Solo. Say bye, world. Well, Daddy, you play with all the toys.
No, that's not what you're supposed to say. No, real loud.
What?
He said Shazam.
Let's just say that.
And also his
Oh, Lord. That's good. Is that going to be like the next video? He says Shazam and turns into you.
Yeah.
Good night.